Hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike and I play with one Pokemon on the field.
I'm Kevin. I have a crocodile on my hat.
You have a crocodile on your hat. It's been like too long since we've had an actual Pokésports podcast like this.
Yeah, right? It's been like a year.
Yeah, it feels like it. Yeah. I don't
really
know if I know how to Pokésports anymore.
Honestly, it feels extra long for us specifically because last week's episode, not only did it come out early for everyone listening, it also wasn't recorded on the Monday. It was recorded on the Thursday before the Monday.
Yeah, you're right.
So we haven't actually sat down and chatted for almost 2 weeks.
Wow. This is the longest that we've gone without having talked to each other for like years. We
got sick of each other at NAIC.
Like,
I talked to you enough. Bye. That was a great time.
Yeah, it was. NAIC was a good time. I guess we have to talk about that too today, don't we? Because we did the podcast before NAIC. So today we're going to be going over NAIC. We're going to be going over the new Delphox raid event. Of course, we've got Worlds 2023 now has prizing and info that has dropped, as well as a bunch of different tournaments for Regulation D that are going on right now. And then lastly, we have a new set of regionals announced for 2024, the next year.
Hype.
And right off the bat, Kevin.
Hello.
Are you going to a lot of regionals next year? What do you think?
You know, I told myself, I was like, I'm just going to focus on a lot on ICs, going to go to less regionals. And then I'm looking at the 2024 season. They're not taking a single break. They're going right into it. Like, Worlds is going to be in August, and we got regionals in September already. The only reason I'm considering Pittsburgh is because, one, it's not that far from me. It's the next state over for me. And two, it's the only regional in NA that isn't Worlds. I guess Worlds isn't in NA, but you know what I mean. That is going to be played in Regulation D. And I love this metagame so much.
Really?
I'm having such a great time. Dude, I'm actually playing Showdown Ladder for fun. I never play Showdown Ladder for fun.
To give everybody a little bit of context, Kevin was sitting at NAIC in the audience.
There's pictures
on
of me,
Showdown. Yeah. There are pictures of him doing this, sitting there on his phone playing Showdown after having lost his run. He was like, no, you know what? I need to keep on playing.
I lost my run. I was like, man, Reg C sucks next. But
Reg
you know
C
what?
Sucks. Let's play a version that I like.
Exactly. I mean, it's at the point where, I didn't mention how I did yet because it didn't happen last week. How I did, but I ended up in NAIC going 5-1. Right? I was doing really great. I was really excited. And then Mike left to go take a nap or something. And then I started losing. I don't know what happened. I was like, wait, where did Mike go? Now I'm losing. I ended 5-4. And the last 3 matches that I had were all losses to Ting Lu.
Oh.
So I was like, yeah, Ting Lu just kind of ruins Hard Trick Room, huh?
Wow.
And it does. But you know what? Now we have a new bear.
Yeah, we
called Ursaluna, and
yeah,
that's Ursaluna. We have Urshifu, Water Urshifu. Ting Lu's usage went from here to there. Good luck, Ting Lu, with Urshifu's running around, man. Good luck.
Kevin was so passionate about the Ting Lu and about talking about this that he like skipped a bunch of topics that we have. It doesn't even matter. Who needs structure? You know what? Steve taught us like the tiniest bit about structure last week. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to take this. I'm going to run with it. I'm going to be a better podcaster because of him. He's the real pro. Kevin comes in. He's like, this one, and then over here, and then this, and then this. No, I like it. But
so which one are we talking about?
I will
right
keep you on track a tiny bit. I want to go back to the 2024 season. I want to look at Toronto. We talked about this already together, you and I, but October 27th to 29th, it's the last on the list. I guess I'll lead up to it. We've got Pittsburgh, September 8th to 10th. Barcelona, we've got Barcelona in September 16th to 17th. Curitiba, I don't actually know what that place is. September 23rd to 24th. It's in
Latin America somewhere.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We've got Peoria, October 6th to 8th. All of these ones in October, I'm not going to, except for that probably last one because, it's after my wedding. Sacramento, October 13th to 15th, and Lille, October 2nd to 23rd. Toronto is October 27th to 29th, 1 week after my wedding. And Kevin and I, we were talking about how we were going to do it. If we were going to do it, Kevin, what's the plan so far?
The plan so far is to hopefully be able to stay the whole week. I just need approval from my job. If not, I guess I'm flying twice. What else could I do? I guess
I'm going to Toronto. Will you fly twice?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, why not?
It's Pokemon, right? Tax write-off.
Yeah. No, that'll be really cool coming to Toronto to do that.
It's going to be Reg... E at that point? I don't even know what to expect there. It's going to be spicy.
Maybe. I don't know what's going to be there at that time. We're going to be close to DLC at that point, right?
I'm sure we'll be at DLC at that point, right? Because they said fall. October is kind of the end of fall, right? It's almost there.
I don't know. That's true.
Unless they have another delay.
I'm assuming another first half. Yeah.
I'm assuming DLC comes out sometime in, I don't even know, end of September, early October.
What was the Iron Isles? No, what was it? What was the DLC for?
Isle of Armor.
Isle of Armor. Thank you.
It was really early. It was out by now.
It was in June or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. They were a lot more prepared for that game than they are for this game.
They had a lot of things to fix with this game before they thought about DLC.
And if you think about it, I think what's it called? The Hidden Treasures of Area Zero Part 1, the Indigo Disc, there you go. In the game, you're taking part of the summer festivals.
Oh.
I think it was meant to come out in the summer, but they couldn't in time. But in the game, it's like, oh, summer festivals all over. Oh, cherry blossoms. Oh, hey, fun.
Watch them change the in-game text to be like, oh, the fall festival.
The autumn festivals.
And then it's winter again. Wait, wasn't the second DLC the Crown Tundra? Yeah, that was winter.
No, that was fall.
Leading into winter. So by the time people finished it, it was pretty much winter. And that big overcoat you got actually made sense.
I think Crown Tundra was only one series removed away from Isle of Armor, because Isle of Armor was series 5.
Right.
And then Crown Tundra was series 7, because series 6 was that awkward one. Where it's like, we didn't quite know what to do yet, so we're going to do less Pokemon.
Was that the ban list one?
Yes, Series 6 was ban list one.
For those who started playing during Scarlet and Violet, there was a point in Sword and Shield where they took the top, was it 10?
10 from
10
singles
from
and doubles. Yeah.
Yeah. They took the top 10 Pokemon from doubles and singles, and they banned them from from the entire metagame. So that included if there was like a Venusaur in doubles and singles, they would just add it to the ban, like the cumulative ban list.
Yeah, I think
there were like 16 or something. Pokemon
was the
gone.
Weird one.
Yeah.
Hippowdon was the weird one for doubles, and also Mimikyu was banned, even though it wasn't that used in doubles, but was used a lot in singles. It was awkward.
I wonder how much that actually influenced the doubles metagame, right? To take away Hippowdon from that list. Like, you're losing a bunch of good Pokemon, and people are like, oh man, I can't use all those. Might as well use Hippowdon. What? What do you mean it's gone?
I can't use Hippowdon?
All right, well, at least I'll bring in my boy Mimikyu. Huh?
But yeah, back to your original question. I might go to Pittsburgh, and I'm definitely going to Toronto.
Very nice.
Those will be the two.
Yeah, I'm likely going to be skipping all of those until Toronto.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No one wants to go to Pittsburgh.
That's the point that we're at. Of course, after this NAIC, I made a vow, and I kind of made a vow before it too, to make sure that I always go to NAIC, because that is the best time.
Oh, yeah.
It was fantastic. Let's get into it. NAIC was what weekend?
Last weekend.
Last weekend.
The last one.
Yeah. So June 30th to July 2nd was NAIC. This is the type of tournament that was so big that they had to start it on Friday. They had to say, you know what? Sorry, we know that you like to usually have your Saturdays and Sundays so that you can finish your work week. Don't. Just,
but you know what?
Join us.
That's a big reason why I think NAIC is a lot more enjoyable.
Oh, totally.
Other than the fact that it's very well done because it's done by the Pokemon Company. It's a great viewing experience, a great actual experience. Like, you have Pokemon designs, you have terrestrialization tunnels, you have a great stage. It's just a great environment to be in. On top of that all, you still have Saturday with a lot of sad VGC players that want to go out and have fun. Like, if you're not in the finals for Sunday, you have no excuse to practice.
The Saturday night cope is so real, and I love it. It's honestly just such a nice time. You've got the Saturday afternoon seethe and the Saturday evening cope. That is what I love.
That's because at regionals they can't do that, because if they made day 2, they're just gonna well, I can't go out and have fun. I gotta go to day 2.
Right, exactly. So in total, there were over 1,000 people who signed up for NAIC. The actual amount in attendance was dismally less than that.
We didn't hit the kicker.
And that was very unfortunate. There were 777 Masters players in attendance at NAIC, 47 seniors and 40 juniors. This, I will say, a huge amount of juniors and seniors compared to usual. Yeah,
compared to what we see typically.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually it's like if you have a kid who's playing Pokemon, they're going to Japan. But it's like this was a lot. This was a competition.
Mm-hmm. But the thing that's crazy is that this also shows how many Masters didn't show up, because we know the actual number of registrations was 1,050s around there,
something like that.
If 40 of them are juniors and around 50 of them are seniors, that leaves like 950 people that we were supposed to get for Masters. We only got 777. A lot of people were pulling a mic and missing flights, I guess, and that weekend was plagued by travel problems too. And
it was such incredibly tough. It was super tough. And I'm sure there were a lot of people who were supposed to be there but couldn't. And it wasn't like people bought tickets and
but you almost couldn't be there.
Yeah, I'm going to tell that story in a sec. But essentially, like we've got Canada Day the day after. You guys have the 4th of July.
It's a busy weekend.
The Tuesday after. Super busy weekend for flights. Super busy weekend for travel. So a lot of people may or may not have had travel problems. I'll start with what ended up happening for me. So I explained on the podcast last week, our in-person podcast with Steve should have been in person for all 3 of us, was in person for 2 of us, plus me remote from this exact place right here, the comfort of my home. I explained there that I was going to drive down to Columbus, Ohio, right after we finished the podcast. I did that. I ended up leaving at like 9 p.m. I reached Ohio by about 5. We checked in my fiance and my kid over at a nearby hotel that we booked on our drive over there, because we were like, hey, you know what? We have the car. Let's all just go make a weekend out of it. Check them in by like 5:45. By 6 o'clock, I got over to the Airbnb. I checked in my Pokemon team. I signed in, did all that. An hour later, everybody starts waking up in the Airbnb. We're getting ready to go to the venue to go and for me anyway, get registered, because you have to go to the venue first and confirm that you are who you are with your player ID and your driver's license and all that. So I did that on 1 hour of sleep after having driven for about 8 or 9 hours. So that was fun. And then an hour later, we got into the competition. Hooray!
Yeah, I just remember waking up and seeing you huddled on the couch, just with your eyes a little snuggly. You had a blanket around you, and it was like, "Hey, good morning."
Hey, buddy.
I made it.
Yeah. So we got in. I was just so tired. I legit fell asleep in 2 of my matches. I ended up making it through 5 rounds. Did not win very many of them at all. And honestly, I did not expect to after having that little sleep and that little preparation. Mm-hmm. That was all time that I could have spent, watching people playing on Showdown, doing that kind of stuff, like prior to actually getting there and playing. But at some point I was like, you know what? I've hit a wall. I'm going to go back to my Airbnb, or I'm going to go back to my hotel where my partner and kid are, and I'm going to go sleep.
But you know what's funny is that in between rounds, we were like, "Hey, where's Mike?" And we look over at some chairs. Mike is just laid across like maybe 6 chairs. Mike's a tall guy, just like laid across 6 chairs.
You are painting a picture right now. I'm gonna let you do it. You are painting a picture right now.
You're like, "Oh, there he is." Mm-hmm. We found him.
There he is.
It got to the point where Mike's like, "Well, I'm not making day 2, so why am I still here? Let me go take a nap so I can be awake for Korean barbecue."
That's exactly it. Is at that point, I was like, I'm going to prioritize having fun with my friends, and I will be back later.
Honestly, and it worked out.
After I left, that's where my story ends.
And then I started losing.
Let's check the perspective of Kevin here, who, when I left, was a grand total of 4-0.
Yeah, when you left, you were 4-0. I was having a great record. I was able to take wins off of Lintimon, who is like a content creator on YouTube. I took a set from Shilang Tang, which you guys might know as TSL Tang. I took a set off Tanner, which is one of our, earliest viewers and very good Pokemon player, does get day 2 at a lot of these tournaments. I was able to take a set off of him. And then ever since that set happened, I just started facing Ting Luz and losing.
I just started Ting losing.
I started Ting losing.
Wow.
But yeah, hey, I ended 5-4.
I want to give a big shout out to Tanner, by the way, because my goodness, like I finally got the chance to meet him in person. Wow. I finally got the chance to see just like what kind of a player he was outside of having playing battles. Because like when you meet somebody on Discord and like you're playing with them or against them, like you hear their unfiltered thoughts that they have in the middle of their bedroom, like totally alone, and it's like mostly screaming from Tanner. But when like you see him talk about the matches and like in such great detail, like the guy knows what he's talking about. Like, and he knows how to explain it way better than I can.
I can't review a match that just happened.
No,
play by play.
There are a lot of people that can do that, and you'll find them at like regionals and NAICs and stuff. Like, yeah, we are not those people. We play our games. We have the matrix of the moves going through our mind, and then by the time it's done, we're like, what just happened?
Yeah, it's just a surreal experience. Yeah. It's just a outer body experience. We played Pokemon and then we stopped.
That's right. It's either I blacked out and I won, or I blacked out and I lost.
We just Yugi the heck out of it. Just like whenever we play Pokemon, we just get a different Yugi, get a different Kevin
into someone else. They just happen to be like the exact same temperament. Like, we're not like cocky players or anything. We're the same people when we're playing. And I think a lot of people who play us would know that. But like by the end of the game, it's just like, what happened? Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Anyway, so everything started going downhill after I left. Your good luck charm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then then my tournament ended. I don't know what else to say.
And then you played a lot of Regulation D on Showdown.
Yes, I did. I played a lot of Regulation D. I still using that Len team, but I was able to adjust a lot of the the Terra types to have something that I can play with a little bit better.
Right.
The Len team, for those curious, is Armarouge, Ursaluna, Moon, the Hatterene, Indeedee, Torkoal, and Hisuian Lilligant.
Okay.
The things that I changed around, I think originally he had a Ghost Terra Hisuian Lilligant so that it can't get fake outed, and then a Fire Terra Torkoal so that you can just do maximum amount of eruption damage when you after your eruption. The problem is that lead kind of falls to fake out, and people with open Terra sheets can tell, oh, your Hisuian Lilligant has the Ghost Terra. I'm just going to fake out the Torkoal.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, no problem. Covert Cloak, Hisuian Lilligant, and Ghost Terra Torkoal. Fake me out now, buddy. You gotta do it to
fake out? Who are you gonna fake out?
What are you gonna do? Me? And then the Moon, I turned into a Ghost Terra because I was having a hard time against water Shifus.
See, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like the, I've played against something so many times and I hate every time it happens to me. So I'm going to play against that specific problem. I think Terra and Covert Cloak specifically, like they really help that. And
also with the Ghost Bear.
Yeah.
You're also not weak to opposing facades from other Ghost Bears.
True. Very,
you get
very
to
true.
avoid those.
Did you receive your moon hat yet?
No, it's on the way.
Okay.
But I think with the moon hat, what we end up also, hey, new Pokésports merch. We have skeleton Fue Coco and Ursaluna moon hat. It's a really fun time over there. Pokesports.org/collections. So with the moon hat, this one is kind of a flat embroider, but with the moon hat, I wanted to experiment because it's a very simpler. It's a much simpler design.
Yeah.
So I'm less afraid to have the 3D puff edit on it. Because what you could have is a 3D puff, so it goes out a little bit more, uses more thread, but that'll kind of take away some of the details. But since it's a moon, it's like a circle and two clouds. I was like, let me play with this. I want to see what it comes out to be. But I'm assuming that's why it takes more time to get to me, though.
Right. There's a lot more care that's put into the moon hat than there is the skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
But,
so yeah, we'll see. I hope it'll come soon. Maybe by next podcast, I'll have that hat on.
I'm excited. Like Bruno got his. We went and retweeted his picture on on the Twitter, and it looks good.
It's such a simple
really
design.
Excited. Yeah,
it surprisingly took me a very long time to do though, because it wasn't as easy as you'd think. Making those clouds are hard. Making the circle, I'll be honest, I was kind of easy, but making the clouds, I was a little rough.
You did a great job.
I tried my best.
You did a great job. All right, let's get into the results for NAIC.
The people that actually did good.
Because there were people who did well, but nobody won NAIC harder than Fluttermane.
Oh, yeah.
I will say.
Pretty good Pokemon, I heard.
It turns out it's actually pretty decent. Regulation C is gone. And it's gone. And I'll remind you all that it's gone. So we don't have to worry about it anymore. Fluttermane is less used, still quite used, but
still
less.
Most used, but less.
Yeah.
Less than 70.
But not the worst thing in the world. And now you have a larger arsenal to go and take care of it.
Fair.
And it can't protect as much because Urshifu is Urshifu.
Yeah.
The top 8 was comprised of 4 people actually from the US of A. And 4 people not. The bottom 3, Chepacross, Judy Azzarelli, and Justin Knox, all had fantastic games. They're all American.
Nice.
Yeah. Marco Silva, who I believe, oh boy, I'm bad with flags. Is that
That's Italy?
Italy. Yeah, there it is. Oh, also you can hover it. Got it. Marco Silva came 5th. Mind you, everybody who went 5th through 8th went home with 250 CP, which is almost a world's invite, and $1,000. So congratulations for those people. Everybody above won a little bit more, like Joseph Ugarte, who is from the US of A, came home with $1,500 and 320 CP.
Rocking the same team that won him the other regional in Portland.
Right. If it
Bring
ain't
the
broke,
jump
don't
bluff
fix
back.
it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think he changed some moves up, but all in all, same 6.
Yeah.
Still has Fissure on that Torkoal. Didn't hit any on stream though. Big sad.
I had a very similar time in Series 1 with my Violence team, where I would just kind of take the same thing because I felt like that was a team that worked. And I would tweak moves here and there. I would maybe, replace a Pokemon, maybe replace a Terra type. But you find a team that works and you just go with it. Right.
Play comfort. I mean, that's why I decided to play Trick Room again, even after, a lot of people warned me not to. It was comfort. I'm pretty sure if I would have run anything else, I would have just lost more.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think my biggest problem right now is between series. I don't know if I'm playing enough of the same team to really stick with one thing yet.
Yeah, it's like Wild West right now. You won't even find the same couple of teams over and over on the ladder. I mean, there is like a balanced team, and you've probably already recognized it if I told it to you. Yeah. It's like Chien-Pao, Dragonite, Fluttermane, Urshifu, Rillaboom, Tornadus. That's the new balanced team. If you're trying to get into competitive Pokemon, run those 6 right now in Regulation B. You'll probably have a good time.
Exactly.
But for the most part, it is very Wild West. I feel like a lot of people are experimenting. And later on, when we get to look at some of the usage stats for the Victory Road 400 player Regulation D pre-Yokohama tournament, we're going to see some pretty spicy Pokemon on that list. So I'm excited to look at that.
Absolutely. All right. Coming in third was Victor Medina, who, just like Joseph, went home with $1,500 and 320 CP. Again, most of these teams, we'll get into what the specifics of these teams are, but most of these teams run some form of balance.
That was the new balance team. Yeah, that set of 6, the Fluttermane, Amoonguss, Chi-Yu, Gyarados, Ting-Lu, and Iron Hands was like kind of the more traditional balance, removing the Palafin for the Gyarados. I'm happy that it didn't win, though. I'm happy that neither of first or second were New Balance. Thank goodness.
I mean, congrats to the people for, getting as high as they did. But yes, I agree with that.
Sorry, Victor.
Yeah. Coming in second was Ragahev Malavia, going home with 400 CP and $2,500, going in with Fluttermane, Amoonguss, Arcanine, Palafin, Pelipper, and Iron Hands.
Running the Palo Rain. I feel like we haven't seen that in so long.
No, we haven't.
Since OCIC, where that's the last time that Palafin Rain won the tour. That's crazy.
Yeah. Same team as Judy Azzarelli, who also came in the top 8th, as I mentioned. But then coming in first was Alex Gomez, who won 500 CP and $5,000. Big tournaments are where it's at, folks. Who won with a Fluttermane, Chien-Pao, Dragapult, Dondozo, Ting-Lu, and Iron Hands. Now, what you might have missed me saying, you probably didn't hear me say Tatsugiri, and that's because I didn't. There's no Tatsugiri on this team. There was a Dondozo, no Tatsugiri. Didn't need it. We don't need Commander up in here. We need Oblivious, exactly.
People are playing
Dondozo.
People are playing Dondozo the same way that they used to play Snorlax, where they just have an oblivious Snorlax that just sits there on the field, doesn't go down, and can yawn things and yawn things and yawn things and just keep forcing you to swap out if you don't want to get put to sleep. And honestly, it's annoying. Dondozo by itself has great stats. When you add the Tatsugiri, that's when you just take it over the top.
Right.
But you could just have one and be okay with one. The other thing that's worth mentioning with this team is that, Dragapult?
Yeah.
But you know what? This is technically Dragapult's second regional or second official tournament win this season. You might remember Justin Tang's Dragapult from like months and months ago. And yeah, Dragapult's just kind of that Pokemon that everyone forgets is good, but is still good.
Yeah, Dragapult is him right now.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, Dragapult just came at such an appropriate time in the meta. Because before, no one was running Dragapult because booster speed Flutter was able to outspeed it. But no one's running booster speed Flutter anymore. People just run special attack boosting Flutter, and guess what? Dragapult is here and can say, I'm gonna Ghost Terra Blast you now. Bye.
That is, yeah, I did want to mention that Terra Blast on Dragapult is just absolutely nasty. The set that they ran was a Ghost type Terra into a Terra Blast. So again, that's the ×2 Terra that we might have noticed from like Dragonite earlier in the meta, where it would run Terra Blast to Terra Blast with Terra Flying to give it the 2 times stab. But it does that with a choice band. So it's just like it's building as much damage as it possibly can. But also, if you're in a situation where you can swing it, you can Terra Ghost and use Phantom Force and do even more damage. Like the amount of damage that this thing has on its kit is just, it's staggering.
And that's just us also not mentioning that it's next to Sword of Ruin most of the time.
Exactly. Oh, I didn't even mention the beauty of it. Think about this, right? You have Dondozo and Dragapult on the field. I just picked anyone, but it could be Dondozo, it could be Fluttermane. On that first turn, you go with Dragapult, you use your Phantom Force. You're super fast, so you go and use it first, usually. Dondozo or Fluttermane hits the Protect. Right? On that first turn, Dragapult's disappeared. Dondozo, Fluttermane, they've disappeared. Right? They've put up the little wall, nothing can hit them. Chien-Pao switches in the next turn in place of the Dondozo or the Fluttermane. Now your Phantom Force hits, does that extra Chien-Pao damage, and completely nukes any Pokemon that you've got going there.
Them, yeah.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
Man, Poke-Alex was cooking.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the Dondozo here. The other thing that was worth mentioning, and I'm just going to glaze over this, is that this was, I think, the first time in history that a finals was played without the players there.
The finals were yeah, okay, so tell me about this. Did you
not know about this? Okay,
tell me
so
about this, yes.
One of the 2 players, I don't quite know which, and I don't think it's relevant. I believe it was Alex, had a family emergency and needed to leave early. He couldn't stay for the Sunday to actually play the tournament. So what ended up happening is that both Ragav and Alex played the finals match on the Saturday. And then it was re-uploaded. It was recorded and then re-uploaded live for the actual event.
Right.
I didn't even know that was possible. I guess anything is possible. Because I mean, what else are they going to do? They can't cancel the finals. It's the finals. Yeah.
But honestly, like the event planners there, they probably have this in contingency somewhere. Like, what if something happens to one of the players on the first day, but they did really well in the first, on that first day, and they need to, play their games. This is probably within scope.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that it wasn't able to happen live. It's sad that both Ragav and Alex weren't able to prepare for this matchup, because typically you'd have the night to prepare. You'd have the night to look at, be like, okay, what is their team? What are my plans? Because you have the benefit of knowing exactly what the team is the night before, because you know who you're up against. They didn't have that benefit. Did that sway the outcome? I don't know. Who knows? But
well, I hope it didn't. But really, at the end of the day, these players have been practicing for so long that I doubt that anything could really sway them at that point.
If anything.
Yeah. Both of them have been playing for the same amount of time. Both of them have the same amount of fatigue going, so they're still on equal playing ground.
Yeah, that's fair. The only thing that was a little bit sad is that it was spoiled who won early, because obviously they're going to tell their friends, and then their friends are going to tell their friends. And
is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, not everyone, but if you had a Twitter account, you knew the outcome of the match.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was a little bit sad. And it sucked extra because VGC is always the final thing they show on the stream. Right. It's the finals that they have for that day, the Masters VG. So, unlucky.
So everyone was just kind of like waiting to see, like, okay, let's watch how the match plays out.
Did you see the juniors finals, though?
No, tell me about it.
The juniors finals had this little kid. I believe his name was Avery. Okay. who won with Hard Trick Room, and Oranguru nonetheless. So everyone was rooting for Avery. No idea. It was so funny because Avery is just like, he's a junior, and he had the Play Pokemon shirt that was clearly not fitted for him, but they had to cover advertising on whatever shirt he had originally. So it's just like wearing this Play Pokemon very oversized shirt, and then during the player interview, and it's like, I love the juniors player interviews. The interviewer said, "So what did Oranguru do for your team?" And he responded with, "Oranguru doesn't do any damage, but he sets Trick Room."
Aww.
This is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, I love it.
He doesn't do any damage.
Yay.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. All right. Well, that's NAIC. Let's move on from that. I really want to dive a little deeper into this Yokohama tournament info, because this is really, really cool. Worlds.pokemon.com went and put out all of the info that one would need to know going into 2023 Pokemon BGC World Championships. Including things like the amount of CP needed, which we all kind of knew, but just for those who didn't, US and Canada Masters need 300, Europe needs 250, and everywhere else needs 200. Seniors, regardless of where you are, needs 130 CP to be invited, and then juniors needs 130 for US and Canada, like the seniors, but everywhere else just needs the 100. There's more than enough tournaments in US and Canada that they upped that. I guess it's even a kicker, I guess we can call it, to 130. I am going to scroll down to the prizes, because that is what is truly what we're all looking at here. For prizes, for those under 18 years of age, any awards that are $5,000 or more can be paid out as a scholarship or a Pokemon Visa, which, fun little thing. You can pay your way through school if you win enough Pokemon. It's pretty cool.
I just want a Pikachu on my credit card. Thank you.
Yeah. Any rewards under $5,000 are given in the form of a Pokemon Visa prepaid card. So you get a little credit card that you can go and flex around with your friends. If you have $4,999 or less that you've won, you'll be the coolest kid in school. Any of the people who are 18 years of age or older, I should put the emphasis on older. If you're awarded $5,000 or more, you get your choice of scholarship or cash. So same kind of thing. You can pay your way through school if you want to change your career this time. Might
professional
be
Pokemon player.
Yeah. Maybe you won really hard and you're like, hey, I want to go into data analytics because I'm really good at figuring out the flow chart of Pokemon.
I guess that's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you receive under $5,000, you get straight cash, which nice.
Hey, nice. That being said,
good
first
luck
place.
Flying. Good luck flying with $5,000 with you. It's probably sent to you in a different way. Anyway, let's talk about the award values here. First place of Pokemon Worlds is awarded $10,000 USD. Now, Pokemon, this is a bit of a point of controversy.
It's not enough, guys.
We've had for a while.
You know how hard it is to go to Worlds? Trust me, I've been trying for 7 years. No email today. I have no invite.
Pokemon as an esport is difficult for them to manage. Mm-hmm. And $10,000 is not very much. Second place receives $7,500. Third and fourth place both get $5,000. Fifth to eighth gets $3,000, and ninth to 16th gets $1,500 in prize. Now, again, let's compare that real quick to third and fourth place of NAIC, where you get, again, $1,500, right? So either you get third or fourth place at NAIC, or you get invited to Worlds, get 9th to 16th, get another $1,500.
Mm-hmm. I get it. They do split up their pricing a lot, and in total, it is more than $1 million across all games and all platforms and everything here.
And in all the value of the stuff that they give out as well.
And they do give it to a lot of places. Not many video games will be like, okay, TSM, you got 16th place at Worlds this year. Here's some money. They probably wouldn't even get anything for getting 16th place anywhere. So yes, it is spread very thin, but I almost prefer that you just eliminate that 9th and 16th and just add that to the top of the bracket. I don't know why. That's just my opinion. But I'm also not one to say because I haven't attended a single one.
That's fair. I would like to see second place get somewhere in the 5 digits. That would be cool. First place, anywhere close to like 15 to 20,000, I think starts to feel a little bit more powerful.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of prestige that comes with this as well.
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at the additional prizes, right? So on top of all that, top 16 VGC players receive 72 Pokemon TCG booster packs, regardless of attendance,
Great.
they say, which is interesting. All participants will earn 5 play points prizes. Play points.
That's
prizes
the prize points.
Yeah, prize points.
Like the side event stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Prizes and products are subject to change, they say, and substitutions may be made due to unforeseen inventory shortages, which...
in case the scalpers get to it first.
That could happen. We really hope this first one isn't subject to an unforeseen inventory shortage. If you're in first place, you get a World World Champion trophy. It's pretty sweet.
Honestly, what do you think the retail value of that is?
Too much.
Like if you wanted to resell the Pokemon World
I actually think it would be worth very little. Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
I don't think there is a market for like Joe Schmo's World Champion trophy. I think it's sentimental value and nothing more.
Okay, what about the second prize though?
I'd keep that trophy until I'm in the ground, but I would not sell that. What
about the second prize? The Champion Stamped Worlds promo card. Because that's got to be like 1 of 5 in existence.
Totally.
And you know how people are crazy for this cardboard.
Totally. I want to see past cards is what I want to say.
Fair.
Not sure.
Thing is, if you win, you also get the top 8, top 16, top 32 stamped cards as well. So you get all of them.
You get all their cards. You also get a champion hoodie and a champion playmat, champion messenger bag, champion hat, top 8 playmat, top 8 hat, top 32 hat. You go home with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you need a second suitcase for winning Worlds.
And honestly, like I kind of want to bring the conversation away from how much would any of this stuff sell for, because I know that's what we would say. But really, it's about what you get out of it and the feeling that you get, right? Your second place, you're getting all right. Second place, you're getting a finalist trophy, a finalist Stamped Worlds promo card, top 8, top 16, top 32 Stamped Worlds promo card, top trainer messenger bag, top 8 playmat, top 8 hat, top 32 hat. The long and short of it is that people get a lot of stuff.
You get the same, but less.
Right. You get a lot of stuff up until the 32nd place.
That's very cool.
Let's dip down to that one. 17th to 32nd place gets a top trainer messenger bag, a top 32 Stamped Worlds promo card, top 32 hat. So you can see that like it all just kind of filters down the further down you go in placement.
These are like Patreon tiers.
Kind of. You stop getting a lot of stuff, I would say, when you hit 5th place. At that point,
top 4 gets a lot.
You stop getting the trophies. You stop getting you still get the messenger bag. Yeah, it's really the trophies and the promo card, the Stamped Worlds promo card.
Only 16 gets the 72 Pokemon TCG booster packs though. So I think the biggest gap is probably 16th.
Yeah.
16th to 17th. Yeah, it'd be really sad if you bubble out, you get 17th place, you don't get any Pokemon cards. GG. Maybe next year.
That's fair. But really, again, it is for the experience. I think that's kind of the way that most people who currently play Pokemon as an esport feel. We all kind of hope that it was a little bit more lucrative for everybody, but the way that it is right now is it's so sentimental, and it's like the positives of it definitely outweigh the negatives, which would be, can I make a career out of this? As a professional Pokemon player, I will go ahead and say you cannot make a career out of this, nor should you really in Pokemon. You can through other ways, right? Be a professional Pokemon player, be top in the world, become a content creator, become a coach, use those skills for other things. Streaming, yes. But just focusing on the game is unfortunately not a career move. But I digress. I could actually get into that for hours, but I won't today.
Too long.
Yeah, because we've got other things to talk about.
Pokemon Sleep, baby.
Like the most important thing that we're going to talk about today and for the rest of this podcast and for the rest of the Pokésports' existence is Pokemon Sleep. Pokemon Sleep is a unique title for mobile devices, so says Sarah B. Pokemon Sleep aims to turn sleep into entertainment by having the player's sleep duration and wake-up time affect the gameplay.
I'm going to be so bad at this game.
In what way?
In the sleeping part.
Oh, sure.
I did the online quiz. I got Diglett. I don't know if you did the online quiz to find out what your sleep.
I didn't know
there's
that.
like a sleep type or something like that.
Oh.
I got Diglett, but watching the introductory video and watching what this game is all about, it tracks sleep patterns. It tracks how well you sleep. You get boosts if you are in REM for an X amount of time or whatever. If you make noises, it records it, yada, yada, yada. It does what every other sleep tracker does, except you get to collect Pokemon. And you know what they introduced as well?
What?
There are not only different variants of each Pokemon, like you can have a sleepy cat Pikachu, you can have a snoring Pikachu, you can have an upside down on its stomach Pikachu. There's also shiny variants.
No.
You can get a shot. You can shiny hunt in this game.
Yes.
You know how many streamers are just going to have sleeping streams with this game popped up connected to the laptop and then just collecting Pokemon while they sleep?
How have you? Oh, you've just devised a genius strategy.
I
like it a lot. I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. There is a new device that comes with this game called the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. If you were of the people who managed to pre-order one before it sold out everywhere somehow, congratulations. But they're hard to find, I believe.
The Go Plus Plus makes my wallet go minus.
Yeah, it's it was a lot of money if I can remember.
I think retail was like $100.
I want to say 130 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, retail was expensive, so I can only imagine what it's at now. It's like buying a PS5.
Boy, that's quite a bit. I'm looking at it at Walmart right now. Okay, yeah, you know what? It's $74, $75.
Oh,
for Canada. Yeah, I might buy it.
Pokemon Sleep's coming out.
I can understand people. I can understand people going to buy it. It's fine. I probably will too. It's not. Man,
show them how many Pokeballs you got behind you, Mike.
I got too many Pokeballs behind me, man. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think a dive ball has come out or something. I thought I saw it at the Pokemon Center, and I was like, wait a second, do I have that one?
You didn't know, so you didn't buy it. But now that you're looking, you're like, I don't have this one.
Yeah. So I may consider picking up a Go Plus Plus. I'm going to try out the app first.
Yeah, I was just about to say, recommend. I
just downloaded it today.
Can you play it?
Yeah,
is it
it's in early access
for Canadians or what?
It might be. I don't know.
Can I play this right now if I wanted to?
Can you go to the App Store right now while we talk? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, I downloaded it and I went as far as to get to the point where it was like, all right, go to sleep. And I'm like, I can't right now.
No, it's too early.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock p.m. What do you think? I'm a normal sleeper?
I think you might have an early access.
Amazing. I've got early access to Pokemon Sleep.
I don't have it here. It is not available. Yeah, enjoy. Hope you have fun. I don't know.
Thanks, Canada.
It's supposed to come out later in July for the US, I think.
Right.
Oh, no, it came out early in Europe, and I think they consider Canada Europe for some reason.
They love to do that. They love to consider Canada Europe.
Well, it's not United States, so
we're part of the monarchy, right? So
something like that.
All right. But that is that all that we're going to talk about? Well, of course, we've got the Delphox raid in game.
7th to 9th of July, 14th to 16th of July as well. Get a Mightiest Mark Fairy type Delphox that we found out is apparently not the magician Pokemon.
No, it's not.
It's the fox.
It's just
Pokemon.
the fox. Why is it just the fox?
Are we talking about Victory Road Dredge Detour? I guess we can glaze over it real quick. Tiago Latanzi getting first place. Running pretty much the same team that I said earlier, but minus the Dragonite. We have the Fluttermane, looks like a Watersh. Let me double check to make sure I'm not lying. It is a Watersh. Mm-hmm. Tornadus, Fluttermane, Chenpao, and Cresselia. Cresselia, if you haven't faced it yet, it's not easy to KO ever. You'll soon figure that out.
Absolutely.
Second place went to Ko Tsukide from Japan. Respect to Ko, man. Running the bear, running the moon. Fluttermane, Urshifu, Watershifu, Heatran, Ursaluna, Cresselia, and Iron Hands. Ursaluna, Cresselia, that's a core, man. It's the moon core. Have you seen the memes on Twitter /threads of like Sailor Moon? It's just like it's just a Cresselia face posted on a Sailor Moon character and Ursaluna face posted on another one, just like dancing.
My gosh. That's amazing. That's amazing. This week's question of the day is definitely going to be what your favorite Regulation D Pokemon is. If you're on Spotify, you can definitely go and answer that. And we'll make sure to answer those questions next week. Kevin, I have one last thing for us to do.
Okay.
One last thing. Last week, I think it was last week, we figured out that Delphox is the fox Pokemon.
Yes.
I have 3 Pokemon in front of me. They're the Hisuian versions of the 3 starters, right? Okay. So we've got Typhlosion, Decidueye, and Samurott, the 3 Arceus starters. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what each of the Hisuian versions of these Pokemon are?
Brother, I couldn't even tell you what their regular versions are.
Let's go with Typhlosion. Typhlosion is probably the easiest one, I think.
What is regular Typhlosion? Like Fire Mouse, a ferret, Weasel, the Weasel Pokemon?
Well, Typhlosion is actually the volcano Pokemon.
Regular Typhlosion?
It's a straight up volcano Pokemon, yes.
Is it really though? Like,
no, it's not, but that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Hisuian Typhlosion.
Wait, let me guess.
Want to take a guess? Yeah.
The dead volcano Pokemon.
They would never say that word.
The deceased volcano Pokemon. The unalived volcano. I don't know.
No, they flat out call it the ghost flame Pokemon.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, they put its type
not Chandelure or anything. It's that one.
Right. This is Hisuian Typhlosion, the fire ghost Pokemon, otherwise known as the ghost flame Pokemon.
Okay.
I feel like we did Decidueye.
We did Decidueye last week. It's like, it's not the Archer, it's the something bow Pokemon.
The arrow. There's a keyword.
Oh,
Arrow Quill.
No,
the Arrow Quill Pokemon. And this is a Pokemon that has both its regular form and its Hisuian form as the same name of Pokemon. They're both the Arrow Quill Pokemon.
I guess Hisuian still does use arrows, right? Does it? I don't actually know. I've never actually seen it.
A very good question.
It does still have arrow quills. Like, I guess you could just throw them at you. Like, doesn't have to use a bow.
It looks like Typhlosion is actually the only one that has 2 different variants of Pokemon type.
So that means I can probably guess Samurott.
You know what? I very much think that you can't.
The Razor Shell Pokemon.
That's interesting that you would call out its actual move, but no.
The Razor Otter.
You are far off with Razor.
The otter Pokemon, the sea otter Pokemon.
Yeah. So this is a good lesson in they just kind of named it whatever they thought when they looked at it. Because Samurott is the formidable Pokemon.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it is Genghis Khan, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I got it.
Interesting that like pushing through to Watchog and like and Patrat and stuff. Patrat's the scout Pokemon. Watchog's the lookout Pokemon. Like that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Lillipup is the puppy. Herdier is the loyal dog. Stoutland is the big-hearted Pokemon.
The big-hearted.
You've got dog, big heart.
None of these make any sense.
No, they don't. They don't make sense. And
Meowscarada is magician.
Yeah, I love that very much. Anyway, Kevin, you want to shout out something this week?
Yes. Skeleton merch, Pokesports.org/collections. Also Moon merch. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have tank tops, we have hats. We have them all. Check them out.
Mm-hmm. I want to shout out a couple of videos that we have coming out this week, as well as some that we've already done. I put out one on Articuno and Heatran. Those two were some very interesting ones. I see Kevin has one coming out this week with a Alolan Dugtrio.
That's a banger, guys. That's definitely a banger. If you're not going to watch any of our videos this week, watch that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Take some time out for that one.
Take a little bit of time because it's worth it. Folks, I want to thank you so much for listening. Please do submit your answers to our question of the day. We're going to make sure to answer as many of those next week as we can. And that's going to be all from us. I hope you have a great day and a week. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Sayonara. Bye-bye.